Yeah. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. I'm a headliner.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? Welcome to the weekend tailgate. That's right, another week in the books where now we can just kick back, put our feet up, relax a little bit, talk a little bit of some end of the week news here so far. Yeah, you better believe we got another mystery box from Pristine auction. The Tailgate Chef here in the house. Not a whole lot of weather really going around this weekend, so I think Tater may get the weekend off. I know he's going to enjoy that. Also got our point spread picks and our DFS picks of the week, so make sure you check out the timestamps down below. Now, before I get into the end of week news, some people are saying, hey, how come there wasn't a giveaway on the ranking show? Well, last week we gave away like 5 things, and I spent like $300 in shipping, so I'm trying to just spread it out here just a little bit. But in this episode, this is what we're going to do. I'm giving away the autographed Odell Beckham, signed Odell Beckham Browns jersey. How do you enter to win that jersey? It is super easy. You hit the like button, you leave a comment down below, and then I'm going to pick a random winner tomorrow night during our live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. It's that simple. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're interested in this jersey or not, and we'll get it sent out to somebody here beginning of next week. But now let's take a look at some end of the week news, some stuff that we didn't really talk about in our videos here this week. First thing, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is now to the IR. In a way, does that hurt my feelings? No, because at least we know what we can do with him on a weekly basis, right? Nick Sirianni out there telling his players about growing flowers. I mean, come on. I mean, they weren't utilizing Miles Sanders anyway. At least this saves us some heartache for a couple weeks. Hate to lose a player, but was he really being utilized anyway? Corey Davis of the New York Jets, not looking too good like he's going to be playing this week. Robert Saleh came out and said he's not trending in the right direction. Definitely something that if you were counting on Corey Davis here this week, make sure you have a backup plan. Not looking good for him last night's game. Oh, man. I was stressed last night. We were recording the injury show at the dock, and I had the Cardinals game on, and as a diehard Cardinals fan, I was struggling. I was struggling a little bit. I did not know that AJ Green would retire mid-route in the fourth quarter. That caught me by surprise. But hey, they didn't really deserve to win that game. They didn't play well. Kyler did not play well. He bombed for a lot of people. Hate to see that, but you never sit Kyler Murray. But one big injury there in that game. Had a few injuries, but Robert Tonyan, not good, right? More than likely, we're going to have a moment of silence for Robert Tonyan next week because he should be done for the year. A horrible knee injury he suffered. Kylan Hill, torn ACL. He's done for the year. Yeah, just one of those things where you hate to see it. Not a whole lot of tight ends out there that are really fantasy viable. Heck, even Big Bob Tonyan himself hasn't been fantasy viable much, but now doesn't look like we're going to have him for quite some time. Kyler Murray did come out in that game, though. You saw him limping after the game. He did say that his ankle is fine, that he should be good. Honestly, I think part of it was his pride was a little bit hurt there at the end of the game. Everybody in Arizona, at least, was expecting this to be a great game for the Cardinals, right? National TV, undefeated, no Devontae Adams, no Allen Lazard. Who's Aaron Rodgers going to throw the ball to? And they came out and got punched in the face. And that is not something where I think they were expecting. Did they kind of take it a little bit too easy? I don't know, but the offense did not look as great last night as it had looked the first 7 weeks. News came out about Davis Mills. He's going to be starting for the Houston Texans. So a lot of people had kind of penciled in Tyrod Taylor. Were you going to start Tyrod Taylor? No, probably not. But I think we were looking for an improved offense because it did look better under Tyrod to start the season than we've seen under Davis Mills, but not quite yet. He is not quite 100% ready to go. So they're going with Davis Mills here once again this week. What about Antonio Brown? Official now. He will not play on Sunday. This is kind of one of those situations that we touched on during the injury show. It's kind of unknown, right? I mean, Antonio Brown could be back after their bye week. He could be done for the year. Like, it's literally that big of a range of options for Antonio Brown. Bruce Arians isn't going to tell us too much information, but we do know this week, no Antonio Brown. Does that mean we see a little bit more Tyler Johnson? I love me some Tyler Johnson. If you've watched this show for any amount of time, you know Tyler Johnson is a legit wide receiver. He just hasn't had an option because he's buried on a depth chart behind a bunch of studs. Well, he could get an opportunity with no AB here this week, even though sounds like they could have Gronk back. So a lot of red zone targets going the way of Gronk once again, I would have to imagine. Kadarius Toney, he's back at practice and participating in drills. Does this 100% mean that he plays this week? No, it doesn't. Especially with a Monday Night Football game, it makes it very risky, right? You don't want to go into that game reliant on Kadarius Toney. If he goes out there and plays and you have him and you want to start him, okay, I understand. But if you have him like, this is my only option, you could be in some trouble. You want to make sure you have a backup plan just in case, because there's no guarantee he suits up either. Does look like Devontae Parker of the Miami Dolphins that he is going to suit up and play here this week. So that is definitely something that could benefit Tua, right? It's going to be a difficult matchup for Tua here this week going up against the Buffalo Bills. Sounds like Brian Flores came out and committed to Tua in a roundabout kind of way, but just another weapon can't be a bad thing there for him. And then it sounds like the Bake Show. Baker Mayfield, he's going to play through the pain. He was cleared medically to play here this week, and it sounds like he's going to suit up and start for the Browns. Not somebody who we're going to start fantasy-wise anyway. We weren't starting him when he was healthy, so we're not going to start him when he's not even 100%. But that ends the end of the week news, and now I got a box. It's like Christmas. Every Friday is Christmas. Let's see here. This is it. This is this week's box. Now, the last couple of weeks, we've had a pretty skinny box, right, from Pristine Auction, so we kind of knew that there were some jerseys in there to give away. I doubt this is just jerseys in this size. Can you even see it? Yeah, that size of a box. There's got to be something in here, something good. I'm looking forward to opening this, but just a reminder, do me a favor. Like I said at the start, we gave away 5 things last week, shipping them all around the country. And if you enjoy these weekly giveaways, do me a favor. I mean, just for me, I'll make eye contact for a second. Head over to pristineauction.com and just set up a free account. When you do that and use the referral code Headliners, we're going to send you a $10 off coupon off your first purchase. All you have to do is get that account set up. You can browse around, but you don't have to buy something to win a giveaway. Now, there's tons of great items out there, thousands of auctions a week, things as low as $1. And something you can get things for some super cheap. Old players, new players, love Pristine Auction. If you like the things you see in my office, it's because I get it all from Pristine Auction. So set up that free account. You have to be signed up for that free account in order to win one of these giveaways. But let's see what's in this box. I'm going to one-hand open it because once again, I did not plan properly. Oh. This is not good. This is no bueno. This is some good tape. All right, hold please. It's a great view. Man, this is some good tape. They used the good stuff there. All right, here we go. Now we're open. You can hear it. All right, I do not know what is in this box at all. We are going to find out together. Now, I can say that there is bubble wrap. Definitely got some bubble wrap. All right. Can I open up this side? It's like watching a car accident, isn't it? You just can't help but watch. All right. Here we go. I'm in. That's what he said. More bubble wrap. Get that out of the way. Now, I feel 2 items. 2 items here in this box. One feels like a jersey, and that's what I'm going to reach for first. Now, the first random item, of which I may give away at some point, so make sure you stay subscribed, is... Oh, look at that. It's a Laviska Shenault. Have yet to see anything Jags come out. Got a little bit... I thought it was Trevor for a second, and I'm about pooed myself, but it's Laviska. Maybe it's a sign, right? I got the Trevor shirt on. I got the Trevor Urban Legend shirt on, which you can get at ViridianGlobal.com and get 15% off with the code word Headliner exclusive. But a signed Laviska Shenault jersey. Maybe if you're interested, something we'll give away here in the near future. I like that. Laviska Shenault is definitely underutilized. As soon as DJ Chark went out in Jacksonville, I expected them to go heavy Visca. And it hasn't really been that heavy. Maybe something they work on here second half of the year, get him more involved if he can stay healthy. But yeah, that's a cool one. It's not something that everybody has, right? All right, next one. It's a little box. Feels like a mini helmet. Now, do we want to guess down below whose mini helmet is it? Leave a guess down below right now. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right, you left your comment down below. The mini helmet that we're going to potentially be giving away is... Oh, look at that. It's a signed Aaron Jones. Dude just had a big night, right? I like that. You see that? Aaron Jones. Signed mini helmet right there, the Packers. That's a sweet helmet right there. The flash alternate color. The yellow signature there, AJ 33. I like that's sweet right there, especially coming off a huge game, right? We just saw him go out there and crush it. Could have been an even bigger game for Aaron Jones had he gotten in the end zone there late, but definitely something cool there. I'm sure If I had to guess, there's going to be a bajillion people that are interested in this one right here. Love those 2 items from Pristine Auction. Definitely looking forward to some of the comments down below. And like I said, do us a favor. Go over there, set up that free account, browse around. We're going to give you a $10 off coupon. If I had to guess, you could probably find something there for like 25 bucks that you like. You get $10 off. You're getting $15. You can start your man cave off with 1 item. Definitely something cool. Make sure you check out pristineauction.com. Links down below in the description. But we've talked about some end of the week news. We've opened up our mystery box. I'm kicked back. I'm relaxed. All I need is a little umbrella drink, which I do. I need to get an umbrella drink. I don't even think I have an umbrella drink. But you know what? I'm going to find something to drink. But in the meantime, it's time to head over to the Tailgate Chef and see what he's got cooking for us here this week.
Hey everybody, it's John here with the Fantasy Headliners Tailgate Pick of the Week. Today we're going to be doing a blackened mahi taco with a pineapple mango salsa. Y'all come on and check it out. Alright, so let's make a little salsa here. Got about 2 cups of diced up pineapple, about 2 cups of mango, got about 4 Roma tomatoes there, and about a half a red onion. I got 1 diced up jalapeno here. Took most of the seeds out of it, I left some, just to kind of tame the heat down a little bit on it. Got about a 1/4 of a cup of cilantro there. And more about a half a cup. Fresh lime juice, some salt. Mix this up, let everything blend together. And it works really good to make this, if you can, a day or even 2 ahead of time. Kind of lets all those flavors blend together. Really makes it come alive. Got 2 mahi fillets here. We'll put a little blackening seasoning on them. Paul Perdone's Redfish Magic. That's my go-to blackening seasoning. Alright, we're going to take these over here to the Blackstone and cook them up. Alright, a little oil on here. Got the grill on about a medium heat. Alright, we got our fish cooking here. Don't take long on this stuff, folks. Alright, that's probably about 3 minutes on each side. It is done. Throw a few tortillas on here and toast those up a little bit. And we'll have a fish taco. Got the fish ready here. Got a little chopped cabbage here. Get a little bit of crunch. A little cheese. And a little bit of salsa. And to top it all off, I like to put a little fresh lime juice on it. There you go. Hope you enjoy.
All right, appreciate it, John. And we get a lot of questions about, hey, you guys do anything with fish? We like some fish. We like some seafood. We want to see some seafood. Full disclosure here. I'm not one, I don't ever sit up here and lie. I'm pretty much my real self here in front of the camera. I don't like seafood, like, at all. I grew up in the desert of Arizona. You think I knew anything about fresh seafood growing up? No, not really. Now moving out here to North Carolina, I get more of an opportunity. And I will fully admit, I tried the fish tacos. It wasn't bad. Are my taste buds changing? Was it just good fish? What was it? Was it the recipe? Was it everything included? You got to try it out. Because if somebody who doesn't like seafood actually took a bite of that and was like, it's not bad, it's got to be pretty dang delicious. So we appreciate that. But now is the time where we normally take it over to Tater. And Tater gives us the weather update. But you know what? There isn't a whole lot of bad weather to talk about today. And we could have Tater come on there and ramble about something, but just worry. I mean, it's bad enough I put him in front of the camera. I never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And now if he's got no topic to talk about, it could be bad. So we gave him the weekend off. So we're going to throw it now over to Justin Freeman with Run the Sims. We're going to talk about some DFS plays of the week here for week 8.
What's up, headliners? Justin Freeman here from RunTheSims.com. We're going to be talking about the DFS main slate over on DraftKings for week 8. Looks like we got us a 12-game slate. There's one bye, on the schedule this week for 2 teams. We'll hop right in, going over at runthesims.com. Again, we'll check out our optimizer here, which you can get access to as well over at runthesims.com. Use code HEADLINERS when you're signing up for 25% off whatever package it is that you choose. And here, as always, we've got our optimizer with all the players in every game here. Makes it super easy to generate lineups. We've got it sorted by optimal rate, so we'll take a look at which plays at which positions look like the best plays across the board, starting at quarterback, where it's Josh Allen. Expensive this week, $8,100 for Josh Allen. Let's sort by salary first. Yeah, he's the most expensive quarterback on the slate here this week. $8,100 for Josh Allen. Doesn't mean that he's a bad play. 12.4% is how often he pops up as the winning quarterback in your lineups, taking on the Dolphins here. This is a good spot as we look across the board, get familiar with the over-unders and the totals across the board. 50 points for the Tampa Bay New Orleans game, 50.5 points for the Titans Colts game. Those are the only 2 games north of 50 this week, but you see that Buffalo Miami game in Buffalo looks like a pretty strong game. Buffalo, huge favorite, so we're expecting Allen to be able to go ham like he did last time he played against the Dolphins. Jalen Hurts, 7,200 against the Lions. You can pretty much do whatever you want to against the Lions. There's some rumors that Jalen Hurts could potentially get benched for Gardner Minshew, but I think this is a pretty solid spot for him against possibly the worst defense in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater gets probably the worst secondary playing so far in the NFL, 5,400 against Washington. This is an interesting spot because Jerry Jeudy should be coming back for the Broncos here this week. And Bridgewater, obviously super low price, $5,400, makes him super affordable, lets you unlock quite a few options. Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, couple second-year passers, rounding out the top 5 here. Burrow gets the Jets, super advantageous matchup. Jamar Chase is playing out of his mind. Even CJ is almost playing out of his mind. And it looks like Joe Burrow is the one stirring the drink there in Cincinnati. Herbert gets the Patriots this week. Not afraid of that matchup or anything. $7,300 gives you a nice middle price point there. You can sort of see the salaries there. You got a bunch of guys that are starting to separate themselves. You got some guys in the 5K range and some guys in the 7 to 8K range. Not a ton of representation, truly in the middle at 6K. Let's look at the running backs, where it's DeAndre Swift at the top of the leaderboard again this week, $7,100. Swift just continues to have an unbelievable passing game role in this offense. He's getting half the rush attempts or better, plus he's getting like low-end wide receiver 1 usage in the passing game. So no matter which way the script goes, Swift is protected. So unless they get completely shut out, like we've seen that happen before, $7,100 for Swift makes him certainly in play each and every week. Darrell Henderson, $6,500, just has a mammoth workload there as the alpha back there in Los Angeles. Takes on the Texans here in a matchup where they're favored to win by over 2 touchdowns. 14.5 point spread against the Texans here in week 8. Makes him obviously a positive game script beneficiary. Don't look now. Cordero Patterson, hold your nose and play him. $6,200 is working his way into a big-time role. He is really starting to push Mike Davis out of the rotation, or at least make Mike Davis a more one-dimensional player. They're featuring Cordero Patterson, much to the chagrin of Calvin Ridley managers such as myself, but $6,200, a nice middle ground price point. We like Henderson better, projects better. But obviously Cordero Patterson, another guy sort of like Swift that can be involved no matter which way the game goes. Alvin Kamara, a guy who now gets his old teammate Mark Ingram back in that backfield, $8,700, a tough matchup against the Bucs, no doubt about it. But here's the benefit. We think this game could be a bit more pass heavy. That's actually a good thing for Alvin Kamara, who gets a tremendous boost anytime this team goes pass heavy. Last week had north of 30% of the team's targets. I do anticipate them sort of easing Mark Ingram back in. I don't think it'll look sort of like the old Ingram-Kamara splits that we're accustomed to. I think we'll see a sizable role continue for Alvin Kamara, especially here in Week 8. That could grow for Ingram over time, but for now, not something I'm super concerned about. Obviously, You don't like to see any red flags around a player priced up close to $9K the way Alvin Kamara is at $8,700. But I think overall, you could still justify getting there at $8,700. Jonathan Taylor rounding out our top 5. I also want to mention Nick Chubb at number 6 there. $6,800 for Nick Chubb, $7,200 for Jonathan Taylor. A couple mid-priced options that are sort of flying under the radar. You see their projected ownership, both around 5% there for both those guys. Makes them really, really interesting plays because they've got them projected optimal for over 12% of the time each. Big ceilings there. And now Nick Chubb gets an offense without Kareem Hunt in it. I think he'll easily replace Dearness Johnson in his first game back in action. At wide receiver, Jamar Chase, wow, $7,500, playing like an alpha wide receiver 1 that he was drafted to be. It didn't take very long for Jamar Chase. $7,500, he's priced up, way up compared to where he's been in previous weeks. Possibly still not priced up high enough according to the Sims. They think he should be priced up probably closer to the 8K range or better. $9,000 to get to Cooper Kupp. Looks like a really strong play once again. However, the field is going to be super drawn to Kupp at 9K, going up against the Texans. Really good opportunity to score a bunch of touchdowns. Really similar reasons we like Darrell Henderson. We also like Cooper Kupp. DJ Moore, $7,200 against the Falcons. Listen, the Panthers do not inspire a lot of confidence right now, but there is some opportunity for passing game success against this Falcons defense. DK Metcalf, the only guy who's been even semi-relevant since Russell Wilson has gone down, $6,800 against the Jags. You just have to ask yourself, how valuable is a Geno Smith target? That's probably the only reason Metcalf is priced down here at $6,800. You may prefer to go to the $6,900 A.J. Brown. Almost identical optimal rate there for A.J. Brown, $6,900. Decent matchup going against the Colts. And then very similar price point there to Metcalf. Has a much better sort of baseline projection there, but Metcalf, big play, explosive play, could always be in danger of breaking a slate. Let's look at the tight end position. Noah Fant, top of the list here, going against Washington. A good player to pair with Teddy Bridgewater if you're going that route. It's always nice to be able to, when you're doing your stacks, to include the tight end in the stack because that can be such a difficult position to get right. $4,900, it's starting to get a little bit pricey there for Fant, but if you're betting on Fant to do well, obviously he's going to take Bridgewater along for the ride. Gronkowski could be back this week, could not. So be sure to monitor that situation. $4,600 for him. Projects very, very similarly to Noah Fant. Going to be a bit more touchdown dependent, however. Dallas Goedert, right in that same price range. We like that price range, that high 4K price range. $4,700 for Dallas Goedert against the Lions. Going to be projected optimal about 7% of the times, as is Mike Gesicki, 5K against the Bills. These are all guys that are starting to develop pretty large workloads, somewhere in the 15 to 20% target range in their respective offenses. Rounding out the top 5, Austin Hooper, our first low-priced option there at the tight end position, going against the Steelers. Looks like a really good spot for Austin Hooper. Overall, that's it, guys. That is all of the key positions here for Week 8, DraftKings main slate showdown. If you want to dig more into the details, be sure to go to runthesims.com. Use code HEADLINERS at checkout. 25% off. You can't beat it. You can get a rest of year subscription for $225. Then add 25% to that. You're cooking already. That's positive EV. That's what we're looking for here at Run the Sims. Have a good week, everybody. Good luck on the DraftKings main slate. We'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate you, Justin. But now it's time to head over to some point spreads, and our boy Chris Chouse back in the house talking point spreads. And a lot of people wanted to comment on a post yesterday because he put it out there that he was taking Green Bay plus 6.5 in the Packers-Cardinals game. A lot of people are like, nah, dude, Arizona going to dominate. Myself included. I even sent the dude a message and says, dude, Arizona's winning by 2 scores in this game. I looked silly, and so did everybody else that made a comment because the dude was right. Green Bay covered the spread, got that victory last night. Very disappointed as a Cardinals fan, but I like to see other guys' success. So way to go, Chris. But let's take a look at the rest of the games on the slate here this week, talking point spreads in Week 8 fantasy football.
What is up, Headliner Nation? Chris Chow's back again for Point Spread Picks, week number 8. Let's go, baby. We got a lot of games to cover. Last week did not go our way once again. 5-8 was our overall record, and if it wasn't for those Atlanta Falcons who cannot hold a lead to save their life, we would have basically broke even. So, you know what? 2 games under the 500 mark isn't great, but you know what? We were right there to break even. But nevertheless, let's dive into this week's contest. We still hold 7 games above the 500 mark on the season, so let's dive in, baby. Carolina at the Atlanta Falcons, -3 for the Falcons. How can I trust you now? I cannot, no more. The Atlanta Falcons are trying to figure out how to use Kyle Pitts, and they're doing a very good job at this point. They understand what he needs to do, and they're getting him on the field. However, they are, like I said, the point spread killers, and I hate them, and I can't trust them anymore. The Carolina Panthers are a hot mess in their own respect, losing 4 straight contests. The defense is not playing well. Sam Darnold got benched, and the loss of CMC is starting to mount. So, I mean, this week is a must-win for the Carolina Panthers if they want to save their season. I'm going with the Panthers +3 for the last time on your end too, because I can't trust either you or the Falcons at this point. Miami at Buffalo. The Bills Mafia -14 for Buffalo. The Bills are coming off the bye, fresh off their loss to the Tennessee Titans. Josh Allen has absolutely owned the Fins in his career with Buffalo. Miami, on the other hand, are in complete turmoil. 1-6. Trade talks talking about Tua and Watson, etc. I mean, the Fins need to keep Josh Allen off the field if they want to stand a chance, and I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going Bills Mafia. My Bills -14. Let's go. San Francisco -4 at Chicago. I mean, the 49ers coming off a loss in a sloppy contest, not only for play, but for weather-wise. It was just pouring rain. The ground attack was working. Deebo Samuel is working. The Ayuk thing is not working. Don't understand what's going on there. Chicago's still in disarray. Justin Fields still looks confused, even though they did simplify the offense. I still don't like what they're doing. The lone bright spot on the offensive side is Khalil Herbert. I think he's going to run very well. Star pass rusher Khalil Mack will not suit up in this contest due to injury. I think San Fran bounces back in that respect. -4. Pittsburgh at the Cleveland Browns. The Brownies are favored by -3.5. And I mean, Cleveland just showed on Thursday Night Football. I don't know how they did it. Without Chubb, without Hunt, without Baker last week. How the hell did you win that game? Denver, you should be ashamed of yourselves. They look like they're going to get Nick Chubb back this week. Baker is still a potential play. I really don't think he's going to suit up this week, but I mean, we will see. The Steelers coming off the bye, they're going to have to push the ball with the defense, going to have to push the ball with Najee Harris. I think they're going to find their way in this dogfight. It's going to be a big one. 3 points should be the final score. I'm going with Pittsburgh +3.5, man. Philadelphia -3.5, taking travel to Detroit, I should say. I'm stumbling. Wishing this contest was a 3-point affair. It is not. 3.5. I hate it. Philly is the epitome of dysfunction right now on the offensive side. They look horrible. The Lions, on the other hand, they played their hearts out versus the Rams last week. I don't know how much more fight these guys got in them, but they want to get that one win. This could be that week. It really could. It's hard to believe, though, that the Eagles are going to lose to the Detroit Lions. They got to clean it up, man. No Miles Sanders likely in this contest. Kenny Gainwell is the guy that they're going to feature, hopefully in the backfield, and start spreading the ball around. Jalen Hurts has not looked good until the fourth quarter in garbage time of late. So, I mean, you know what? I'm going to gamble. Last time I gamble on you Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going -3.5 in Detroit. Tennessee taking travel to Indianapolis. The Colts favored by 1.5 points in this game. I mean, right now, the Titans have been just playing absolutely phenomenal football on the defensive side, and this is something that I did not expect, especially with all the injuries and the inadequacy they have at the defensive secondary. The defensive line is stepping up and pressuring like a mother, you know what I'm saying. They are just bum rushing the quarterbacks. This is how it's going. Of course, we know King Henry's going to run. We know this. Indy is moving in the right direction. It's going to be Jonathan Taylor, of course, behind, and he's going to try to set up that play-action pass, which eases all the pressure for Carson Wentz, and we know how good Carson can play with that play-action working. I'm still going to roll with Tennessee because they are just flaming hot right now. Hot to the touch, +1.5 for the Titans. Next one I got is Cincinnati -10.5 at the New York Jets. The Bengals, man, they're putting on a case to showcase everybody and put them on notice. They are for real. And I tend to not argue that because I watch all their games and it's truth. I mean, they look so damn good. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they're looking phenomenal. They got the run game working. They can spread it around. T. Higgins had like 15 targets last week. So you can see how how they're spreading the ball around. The Jets at home this week, I mean, they're no Zach Wilson, going to be Mike White as starting quarterback. I just can't trust the Jets whatsoever in this contest. I'm going Cincinnati minus 10.5. Don't hurt me, Cincy. LA Rams minus 14.5 at the Houston Texans last week was a grave disappointment because I thought that they were supremely should have outmatched the Detroit Lions. They did not. Like I said, Detroit fought their hearts out, and this was part of the problem. I still believe, even though travel going to Houston with another big spread, I do believe the Rams are going to showcase their abilities. We have seen how poor the Houston Texans have been playing. Unless Tyrod suits up in this contest, I'm going 14.5 for the Rams without question, because I think this offense needs a tune-up game, and this is going to be one of them. If Davis Mills is a starting quarterback, take that 14.5 and don't look back. Next one I got is the New England Patriots taking travel to LA to face the Chargers. Chargers are favored by 5.5 points. The Patriots exploded last week, dropping a 50 spot on the New York Jets. So, I mean, here we go. This is, for a touchdown in this one, for the spread, it's tough for me to take. However, the Chargers, I like them coming off the bye. I really do. I think that they are put together, even though the loss to Baltimore 34-6 still stings, and everybody's going to have that in the back of their mind when they're betting on this one. Seeing the fact that New England dropped 50 and the fact that the Chargers lost by 30 basically the 2 weeks ago, I'm still not buying it. For bettors, I mean, I get it. It's going to make you confused. I think LA comes out of this super fresh. They get refocused because the bye sometimes for these teams can get them to overlook the team that they're playing at that point. And I can't go away from the Chargers. I love Herbert. I love the whole offense. I think they're going to roll, man. I'm taking the Chargers 5.5 at home. Next is Jacksonville at Seattle, minus 3 for the Seahawks. Seattle is still without Russell Wilson, obviously, and they just aren't the same club overall. Geno is Geno, and we know what he does not do well. He showed it again on Monday Night Football. But, I mean, the thing is with the Seahawks is they killing the spreads as well. They're keeping the games close enough that they can at least keep it by a 3-point contest. Facing the Jaguars, who are also coming off the bye, could be a test if this was played in Jacksonville, just based on the team and based on Geno. In this case, I don't think that the Jaguars will have enough, especially with Trevor Lawrence playing against the 12th man in Seattle. I don't like it whatsoever. I'm going with Seattle. Even if they lose by 1 or 2, I think that's going to suck, but I'm going with Seattle minus 3. Washington at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are favored by minus 3. Washington 2-5 at this point. They haven't played up to the standards that we had thought thus far, and this really is terrible for them. Their ATS is 1-6, if you can believe it. It's horrible. Every time you think that they're going to keep up, they don't, and they should against Denver this week, I would assume, even though I don't want to cloud my judgment based on how Denver played last week on Thursday Night Football. They get extra rest, but I mean, the Broncos look like absolute horse. You know what I'm saying in that regard. Last week, they do get Judy back, but I mean, if it wasn't for the Washington football team's turnovers against Green Bay, they would have had killed that spread as well. Washington needs a get-right game, and I think this is going to definitely be the one. As long as they don't turn the ball over, control some of that clock, I think this defense has more than enough to stifle the Broncos offense. I'm going Washington plus 3 on a gamble. Next one, Tampa Bay minus 5.5 at New Orleans. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers keep winning, but are uneven versus spread, going 3-4 against the ATS. The offense still finding ways to move without Gronk and AB, even though Gronk should be back for this contest. This is a revenge game for Jameis Winston. First time he's going to start against his former Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so you got to keep that one in mind as well. He's going to be fired up to play his old club. The Saints, Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans, keep an eye on this one, man, because every time these guys play, they battle, they fight, and it's going to be crazy, man. Just like how DK and Lattimore last week, we get another one of bad blood entertainment, man. I'm telling you, but I'm still rolling with Tommy touchdown, 5.5. I'm going Tampa Bay, baby. Dallas minus 1.5 at Minnesota. Sunday Night Football. The Vikings are coming off the bye week and will host the Cowboys. Offensively, the Vikings, obviously, they've been playing very good, almost to the great levels. The defense has also stepped up to those high-end levels. The biggest question mark here is, will Dak Prescott play? That's why the 1.5 for the Cowboys sits, and I think right now with his injured calf, he said he's good to go, but the decision is not up to him. We will understand everything what's going on late Friday, but as I know right now, I mean, it's a tough one. I only can pick based on what I know, and as what I know right now is that he likely will suit up. Dallas is is an unbelievable 6-0 versus the spread this season. I am putting all my marbles and all my dollars on the fact that Dak is going to suit up. I'm going Dallas here minus 1.5. Monday Night Football, the New York Football Giants at the Kansas City Chiefs minus 9.5 for the struggling Chiefs. Yes, the Giants came out last week and punched Carolina in the mouth. And yes, the Chiefs look legit broken on all sides of the ball. Patrick Mahomes included, sitting at a record of 2-5. I mean, this is it, man. This is your season on the line on a primetime stage. The Giants are getting healthier. They may get Barkley, Tony, and Golladay back. Still not sure on the health of all of them, but it looks like Shepard will return. With all that said, the Kansas City Chiefs are in super desperation mode, and I mean, they're going to come out like a madman. I would be shocked if they don't, and I'm going to side with the Chiefs one last time at home with a big spread at 9.5. I'm going Kansas City because I am a sucker for the Chiefs to go and blow out the New York Giants. So there you have it. That is all I got on this week's edition of Point Spread Picks, man. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. Let's do much better this week. I have a good feeling we're going to run the table, baby. Let's do it. But wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we'll see you next week. I am out.
Awesome. Appreciate you out there, Chris. Now, don't forget, that's going to wrap up our weekend tailgate show, but we have the signed Odell Beckham jersey. So hit that like button, leave that comment down below. You want to make sure you're entered into that, and then hit the subscribe button if you are not already. We have more items to give away. Literally, I am not physically attached to anything in this office. The Chubb jersey is going to be a tough sell, but everything else I've been giving away on a weekly basis. We just continue to get new items from Pristine, continue to give away. We're trying to give back as much as we can to this community. So hit that like button, leave that comment, and subscribe to the channel because we greatly appreciate that support. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend here this weekend. Try to relax a little bit, get some good food, get some cold drinks, watch some football, watch some college football. If you're into college football, Headliner U, Chris Chouse has you covered over there with all the main matchups there for the week. Looking forward to a whole weekend of just relaxing. What am I doing this weekend? In case you're wondering, my wife and kids, they're going to visit her sister in Tennessee, so I'm going to be home alone. Me unsupervised probably isn't the greatest of things, so make sure you leave those comments down below. Check in on me because you never know what I may be up to here in the next couple days, but hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
I'm a headliner.